So if you are seeing this video, it means the one this morning didn't fucking work, or it just looked like shit because it was filmed in the half dark. So I'm going to basically just re-record what I did this morning, but in better lighting conditions. Well, I say better lighting conditions because it's still gloomy as hell. Right, so I've got some explaining to do. I said there wouldn't be much content going forward, and then all of a sudden I appear on the board. And also the camera. So let's do the easy one first. Let's do the camera. So this camera is my X3. This is the same X3 that went through the washing machine, was in a bag of silica gel packets for a couple of days and still didn't work. It then got left in that bag of silica gel packets for about another month, and then I went, well, let's just see if it actually works, and lo and behold, it actually does, and so far it's holding up. So that explains the X3. Now I'll move on to what I'm going to do with this camera in a little bit, but let's explain the board. So last week I went on the board twice. Now the reason why was because I hadn't ridden the board for about 3 months, so it needed to be charged. Now I was just going to do a little cycle charge, get it up to about 70%, and then just let it drop back down again. But on the day I was looking at that, which was the Wednesday, I'd come home from work and it had been dry for a couple of days, and it was going to be dry on Thursday and it was going to be dry on Friday. So it was like, do I take the opportunity while it's there? So that was another bonus. And then you add into that as well, I came home Wednesday, I was so tired that I didn't even want to pedal. I was that tired. And I literally came in, got back from work, bear in mind it's like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I just went straight to sleep and didn't wake up again until about 9 o'clock at night. So that was no good. So no, going in Thursday and Friday saved my little legs. It did hurt my feet a bit because I've not ridden the board for 3 months, so, but the hurting of the feet, pretty much like you step off the board and it's sorted within like a couple of minutes, they stop aching. So yeah, so that's that. So that's why there was board footage. Why there's not any today? Well, look at it. It rained near enough all night. It's been on and off for most of the part of the day, and the ground is soaking wet. So yeah, I'm going to try and avoid riding the board when it's like this, because I think all that water is what fucked it up last time. So yay. Man, these leaves are getting slippy as fuck. One thing I am going to be doing if I do go on the board at any point, I'm not coming this way. The only time you'll see me coming this way on the board over the next couple of months is if I know a road sweeper's been down here and sweep some of these leaves away, or it's been dry for a couple of days, but it's also been windy and it's blown most of the shit away. But now this is it. Now we're in wet leaf season now. And the wet leaves are worse than riding on snow and ice. I'd rather ride on snow and ice than ride on this. Right, so yeah, that about covers what happened and what's been happening in terms of my recovery. It's still ongoing. It's still a pain in the ass. Going on the board, as I thought, didn't give me any problems. Just the only reason why I don't do it more often is if I do come off it, it's going to hurt. So, as in terms of timeline and whatnot to where I'm at, I've got absolutely no idea, because I just seem to have plateaued now. You know, I'm exactly the same now as I was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's not really changed. So it's not got any worse, but at the same time it's not really got any better either. So it's sort of annoying. Well, it's not sort of annoying, it is annoying, because I'm missing out on stuff now, missing out on activities and whatnot, and it's getting annoying. And things, I can see this being that way for this foreseeable future. I'll give you 2 examples that have happened over this past week, last 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever it is. I could have gone axe throwing and mini golf. Nope, because there's no way I could have done that. Not a hope in hell's chance. So that was out. And then they're also trying to get a laser tag outdoor day thing through work. I would actually go to that. So yeah, I'm missing out on them, which is annoying, but hey ho. They did say it would take sort of 4 months, and that was 4 months of me sat on my arse doing fuck all, which I'm not prepared to do. So I'm only, where are we now, coming up to the end of October, so I'm only 3 months sort of in, really. Yeah, it'll be 3 months next week, start of August. So yeah, basically all of August, all of September, all of October. Yes, it'll be 3 months next week. So bear in mind that I've not paid attention to the doctor's advice and gone back to work as soon as I was actually physically able to do so. You might be looking at about a 6-month recovery, which means I'm probably only going to be about halfway there. Great. But it does take me into New Year, and it's supposed to actually it might get me out of most of winter. So it is what it is. We'll get there. So moving on to the next part. I did manage to get some footage with my new longer pole, and I was actually disappointed with it because, well, I'm hoping it's because the pole was so long and it was bending that things got out of the stitch line, and it made it all seem a little bit iffy, for want of a better word. I don't know, we'll see, we'll soon find out. Because I've got, well, I'll compare it to the footage that I shoot today, but I think that's what the reason for it was. But I'm not using the selfie stick today, I'm just clamped onto the rucksack at the minute. That. Sounds like we've got a couple of people coming up behind me. I might let them go first actually.
That's the only thing with it, expensive. Yeah, are you staying there?
Yeah, they're going a bit quicker than me. Oh, we'll let them pass. Gives me a chance to keep on waffling. Yeah, so the footage was a little bit disappointed. And the potential's there, maybe. I just might not be able to do it in like 360 mode. I might have to do it in single camera. So, but we'll see. We'll continue playing and see what we can come up with. But although the X3 is working and that's great news, I am still going to get another camera. I'm still at the minute going to be looking at an Action 5 paired with some DJI Mic 2s and also a drone. So now you probably want to do, well, why do you want to get another camera if the X3 is working? Well, as you can probably see, the lenses on the X3 are fucked, so they need replacing, and it's not an easy job to replace it. And if I fuck it up, I'll fuck the whole camera up. So what I want to do is get another action cam, get a different format one. So I'm going to go for your standard one, like a little box. I'm going to get that. That'll then become technically my sort of main camera. I'll probably mount that to the helmet when I'm on the board. I'll probably stick it inside a dive case so it's a bit more protected. Pair that with a DJI Mic 2. And then yeah, that should be good, and I'll be using that as my main camera. Yeah. So beginning to wish I put my waterproofs on, but I can't be arsed stopping and getting them out of my bag now. Yeah, I'll just get changed when I get back, I think. Yeah, but yes, that's where I'm at. Although Insta360 did release the RS1, which does throw a little bit of a spanner in the works, because apparently that one can stream, which is something I did give some thought to, because I don't see anybody else doing it. I mean, I think I know why I don't see anybody else doing it, and it'd be pretty hard to manage a stream and ride the board at the same time, because you obviously can't be looking at the comments and blah 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 and doing stuff like that. So that's probably why people don't do it. But it might be fun for a few odd things. I don't know, I've got a few ideas, we'll see. What else? Yeah, so the Action 5, the reason why I picked that one over anything else, well, let's face it, at the minute DJI and Insta360 are blowing GoPros out the water. So they're just all round better. So GoPro's not really an option at the minute. So it comes down to a DJI or a, well, one of the Insta360s, because they've got the Go 2, Go 3, whichever one it is. It's got the little tiny camera that you can detach. That was a possibility, because I can always mount that on the board in other places, although it probably won't really work that well. But then you've got like the RS ones, which are pretty much comparable to a GGA5. As a matter of fact, there's some things that it will do better. I'm thinking the low light might be slightly better on the R1, which with winter coming is a thing I need to consider. It's got the streaming option again, which is not, but the Action 5 will pair with the DJI Mic 2s, so that will improve my audio quality so much. It will make the audio quality so much better. You know, it'll rule out any wind noise. I won't have to raise my voice to get heard over the traffic. Blah, 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 blah. It'll just be better all round, and I think that outweighs the other options that the RS1 brings. So I should be going for that one. I think I'll get a 2-pack of microphones, so I can have one permanently installed inside my helmet, and then I'll have another one that I can use, well, basically for when I'm not wearing the helmet. Like now, I could just clip it on and use it that way, and it means I can keep the camera inside the dive case, so it'll keep it well protected. Shouldn't get it scratched or damaged anyway if I drop it or anything like that. So yeah, because if I scratch the dive case, not a problem, just go and buy a new one. If I scratch the lenses on the cameras, that's a different story. The other thing I'm looking at while I'm looking at DJI are the drones, because I've always fancied the drone, but realistically, how much use am I going to get out of it? So as much as I like one of these super expensive ones that can fly ridiculous heights and wind and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to start small. Now, DJI again, because let's face it, they are one of the best for drones. They do one called a Neo, which is a little tiny drone, fits in the palm of your hand, folds up, so and it'll even apparently fit in a pocket. It'll be a reasonably large pocket, but it will fit in a pocket. Certainly go in like cargo style pants pocket. Battery will last about 20 minutes, and it is autonomous. You can get a controller. As a matter of fact, the bundle I am going to be getting does have a controller, so you can fly it like a normal drone if you want. But I think I'll be mainly making use of the autonomous one, where basically it can just follow you, or it can fly circles around you, or it can fly in front of you, filming you backwards. So yeah, stuff like that will come in. It's not necessarily I certainly wouldn't use it all the time, and let's face it, there's only a few spots I'm always working, because I don't know how well it does tree avoidance and stuff like that. It's one thing I'd have to check, but things like down here would be fine. You know, there's not too many trees to worry about. It can just fly along behind. I mean, let's face it, my ride home is about 25 minutes. So, and there's several spots where, like the big bit of the new cut that I've just been down, with all the hedges all up around the sides. I probably couldn't fly it down there. Yeah, there's a few bits where I wouldn't, but there's a few bits where I know I can definitely get some shots. It's just trying to get some different shots and different angles on, because I feel like I've used them all. It may not feel like it, but when you're either clipping a camera to you, or holding it out on a pole. There's only so many ones that work. So, and I do feel like I've overused a lot of the normal shots. So, getting some different type of footage would be good. Plus the fact, having a drone would just be cool. And let's face it, next year if I do go and start going a little bit further afield on actual sort of like days out, which I've talked about before, it's going to be advantageous to have the drone, and I can do, like I say, different shots, different angles, hopefully get some cool shots as well. So but yeah, no, that's about it. I can't think of much else that I talked about this morning that I didn't talk about anyway. What I might do in a minute is I might unclip this camera and try moving it around a little bit, because I am worried that the lenses have been knocked out of alignment, which was why the stitch shots look so bad. I'm hoping it's just because it was bending on the pole and then that was fucking the stitch line up. That's what I'm hoping. But it seemed to do it from quite sort of close as well, so I am worried the lenses are out of alignment. If so, in which case this one's no good as a 360 cam anymore. But we'll find that out, and if so, it just becomes a dual camered. Hello. It becomes a dual camered single lens cam that can only go up to 4K. So, but we'll try that. That's with the so that's back lens pointing forward. That's the one you've just been watching because it's the better lens out of the two. That's rotated quarter turn. So now the stitch line is pointing forward. That's the rear camera. I'll try not to get mowed down by impatient motorists. And then that's the other side for the stitch line pointing forward. So we'll see what that comes up with. But yeah, that'll do for now. See you later, people. Toodles!